In the quiet village of Obeche, where people's lives are tied by tradition and whispers float like wind in the market square, lived two young women whose story would shake the soul of the land. Their names were Anita and Stella. They were called sisters by friendship, but not by heart. Anita was the gentle one, blessed with a beauty that turned heads and a heart as soft as yam after pounding. Stella? She smiled with her lips, but their eyes told a different story, one only the spirits could truly read. When Anita married David, a successful trader whose name opened doors in 5 neighboring towns, Stella danced and clapped like everyone else. But inside, jealousy boiled. The wedding was grand. The entire village came out. Drums sang, women ululated, the elders blessed the union. David couldn't stop smiling, and Anita looked like a queen, dressed in flowing fabric, beads around her neck, joy in her eyes. Stella helped with the preparations. She made sure the food was enough, the gifts packed, the photographers paid. She even stood by Anita's side as her maid of honor. But that night, as everyone danced, Stella stood alone under the palm tree, watching the couple in silence. Her fingers clenched into her wrapper. Stella, muttering, "Even she? Anita of all people. What does she have that I don't? We were supposed to rise together, but she left me behind." Weeks turned into months, and married life suited Anita well. David built her a new shop, gave her everything she asked for, and never let her lift a finger. And Stella, she was always there. She visited every week, helped clean, cooked uninvited, even brought gifts. To the world, she was the model friend. But soon after, something strange happened. Anita became pregnant and lost the baby in her second month. It was painful, but she remained hopeful. Then she got pregnant again, and again she miscarried. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Each time it was like a shadow passed through their home. The whispers started. That girl, Anita. Maybe her womb is not normal. You know, some women look perfect, but their body rejects fruit. That man David should have married someone from his mother's village. We warned him. Through it all, Stella was there. Anita, don't listen to them. People talk, God's time is the best. She would hug Anita, even bring her herbs, bitter leaf teas and unknown roots. Anita cried in her arms, not knowing the very arms holding her were the hands tightening the rope around her joy. Flashback. Stella visits the herbalist. One night, long before the second miscarriage, Stella traveled secretly to the edge of the village. Deep in the forest, a small hut stood with red cloth tied to trees. Inside sat a hunched old man, eyes red as coal. Baba Moke, the dark herbalist. I want her womb sealed. Let her never carry a child to term until her husband throws her out. Such a request comes with a price. Blood will call to blood. She agreed without blinking. She paid, and the curse began. The fourth pregnancy was different. Anita had dreams of fire. She saw a woman in her sleep holding a bloody calabash, smiling with Stella's voice. She woke up bleeding. That night David broke. This is not normal. I can't keep losing children. Maybe you're hiding something from me. I swear I don't know what's happening to me. Leave. Go back to your father's house. I need peace in this home. And just like that, Anita, once the envy of many, was sent packing. She returned to her aunt's home in Akoli, carrying only her clothes, a torn heart, and unanswered questions. Stella, hearing the news, danced in her room. The plan had worked. She started visiting David more often, bringing him food, helping him heal. The villagers noticed, but said nothing. After all, mouths that speak truth are often punished. A stranger arrives, the turning point. One evening, a strange woman arrived in Obeche. No one knew her, but her presence felt ancient. She called herself Mama Nene, a seer who never asked for money and spoke in riddles. One day she approached David as he walked home from his shop. Your home is not cursed by the gods, but by the hands of a smiling snake. What do you mean, Mama? She handed him a charm and said, bury this in your compound. If the snake lives near you, it will come to light. That night David did as she said, and by morning the ground behind the house had been disturbed. Inside the soil, he found wrapped clothes, animal bones, and Anita's old pregnancy test sticks buried with a red string. David's hands trembled. There was only one person who had access to those things. The confrontation. Truth revealed. David invited the village council and elders. He summoned Stella without telling her why. What were you doing behind my house? Speak the truth before the gods answer for you. Stella stammered. I don't know what you're talking about. But as the charm was placed on the table, Stella began to sweat. Her eyes darted around. Mama Nene stepped forward and placed a hand on her head. Stella let out a scream, then confessed everything. Stella, weeping. I loved him. I wanted him. She had everything. I was only helping fate. The silence that followed was heavier than thunder. The elder stood, and without debate she was banished from the village. David traveled to Akoli and knelt before Anita. Forgive me. I was blind. I sent you away when I should have stood by you. Tears fell from Anita's eyes, but she didn't speak. Months passed. Slowly, healing began. One morning, birds sang louder than usual. Anita stood at the village stream, her belly round and full. This time the child came strong, healthy, alive. The villagers danced again, not because a child was born, but because truth had triumphed. They say the enemy outside can do nothing if the enemy within is powerless. But when the hand that feeds you is the same hand that poisons you, who then shall you trust? Not all friends are blessings. Some are tests. And in this life, the people who say I love you the loudest may be the very ones who want your joy to die silently. Trust nobody.